Stuntman's Tip of the Week. If you drink, don't park. Accidents cause people. Welcome back to The Fix for part 2. Now, next we're going to talk about the awards for 2009. We have an announcement, one of the awards, for you lucky viewers out there actually listening to the podcast, which is probably us that are
viewers
sitting here doing
listening.
it.
People listen to this.
Well, technically it comes in a video, so yeah, they're viewers.
Yeah.
They watch
every word we say.
Yeah, they watch it with intrigue.
They do.
Well, we're going to announce the scoring champion, so hold on to your seats or your shoes or whatever you're doing right now.
Anyway,
so the award for the scoring champion goes to... Well, should I just go straight off the top, or should I count down from three?
Go countdown.
Count down from third?
And who's third? Oh, no, I wouldn't worry about it.
Count down from 6.
Okay, we'll go count down from 6, just for the coach's sake. In 6th spot, not the winner, but the 6th, Joel Selwood. 361 points, so congratulations, Joel Selwood. He's the 5th runner-up for the award.
5th runner-up.
In 5th spot, 4th runner-up, Gary Ablett Jr. from the Stingrays, 372 points.
From 15 games.
Just like the Stingrays finishing 5th.
He's the only one in the top. Well, let's have a look. The top probably 10 or 11 that didn't play 18 games. He only played 15. So, second year running, Gary Ablett probably would have won the award had he played the full 18, or even played 16 or 17 games. Probably would have won. Moving on, Gary Ablett was a tie actually with Brendan Goddard on 372 from the Fusion. Moving up to Nick Del Santo, came third with 377 from another good season there from Nick Del Santo. He's a former scoring champion, Nick Del Santo.
He's a former.
former. He used to be a former scoring champion from 2007 when he won the X medal. I have to apologise. The coach is he's wetting himself at the moment. I can see it running down his chair.
Wouldn't you have a Michael crotch, man?
They're going through an old yearbook here, so sorry for you people out there who can't see it. I might show you.
I can tell you it's hilarious.
It's funnier than Jared Neesham the other week.
Well, it's quite obviously funny because you're ruining the podcast listening to it. So we're talking about former scoring champion Nick Del Santo coming third this year.
That's Nicky Del Portopenco to anyone that's interested.
No one's interested.
He's Nick Del Santo.
There's no one out there. No. Buckets. Moving on to second, Lee Montagna with 385.
That's a surprise, that one.
Yeah, really?
Not really.
Yeah. Oh, I knew he had a
Didn't
good
think he
year,
was
but
up
not
there.
that well.
That's how good a year Montagna's had. He's basically the only shining light in the Fury team this year, the Wooden Spooners. And he was 7 points adrift of the winner on 392.
This is no surprise.
Dane Swan from the Canberra Bulldogs.
It's only because he played every game.
Well, yes, it is.
Bit of bitterness there, Coach?
Hmm?
Bit of bitterness there?
There was actually 83 players who played every game, and not all of them won the award. So
That's right.
that's just a guess, but I don't actually know.
I'll tell you what, if Scott Pendlebury had played all the games, he would have won.
No, he wouldn't have.
No, you're right.
Well, not that Gary Ablett's missing out on anything by not winning the award, but he would have won it probably twice, 2 years in a row now, had he not, and he would have won the X medal.
No money
Hey, but
involved.
part of that award is being there and being durable. Obviously, Gary Ablett is not that.
Yeah, that's true. It is something. He's had a good
You're right,
shot
it
at
is
it.
something.
With his average, he's made a good shot at it with the amount of games he's played. So he should have been well and truly further line. One more on that average, one more game, and he would have won the award.
Really typifies the Stingrays, though. You know, he does well most of the time, but when it counts, he's just not there and can't quite get to the
When
top.
it counts, he scored 29.
Can't quite get to the top.
But yeah,
Sitting
they
around
36 or
56.
something at one stage this year. 44. That holds the record for
I
scoring.
don't see any Hurricanes in there. If you scroll down a bit, will you find one?
There's one. There's two there in the top 15, 20.
Scott Pendlebury is the highest on the list,
Keep
and
looking,
he came
keep looking.
24th.
Keep looking.
No.
Oh,
Go
Jonathan Brown got 17th.
There you
Girls'
go.
blouse up there.
Jonathan
Girls'
Brown.
blouse. Imagine if you guys had a forward like Jonathan Brown.
No,
Well,
Gary
it
Ablett.
was trade bait
He
earlier
plays
in the year,
midfield
Jonathan
after.
Brown.
Not in this, he doesn't.
Nah.
I know the loyalty for playing for clubs in the EFC is a bit lower than the old AFL, but how spewing would Jonathan Brown be that he was put up for trade bait as captain of the club up there at the
Mate.
Hurricanes? Well, the rumours go. I have reliable sources that told me Jonathan Brown was up for trade.
Hey, anyone is
Was being
tradable.
shopped around.
Anyone is tradable.
Not anyone.
If the right offer comes along.
Well, I know people at the head of the Fusion, the board and stuff like that, and I'm pretty sure that Chris Judd's safe at the Fusion. What about Gary Ablett at the
I'd
Stingrays?
reckon he'd be pretty safe.
So you can't tell me that if you're offered Gary Ablett for Chris Judd.
No, it would take Judd. He's the captain of the ball club. He can have someone else.
And that's why you're always runner-up.
Well, you're just chipping out
Why
Gary
would-
Ablett for not playing 3 games. Why would I want him over Chris Judd who plays 19 or 18?
Juddy play all the games this year. Well, that'd be the first, wouldn't it?
What, are you just throwing stats out there? You want me to fucking look them up?
Alright, are we moving on?
Yeah, we'll move on because we're going to have
No,
another.
let's just chip each other's teams out. Actually, let's all, if we want to chip a team out, well, how are the Gladiators going?
Well, they made the finals.
Yeah, did they? Must have been because Jack Seville.
Let's talk about somebody else then. How about I don't know, the Dragons? Oh, they made the finals too. Who finished below the Hurricanes? Do you want us to talk about someone below the Hurricanes?
Right, the Predators.
Or root on the Predators?
Predators
Go for
will
it.
finish above the Hurricanes next year.
Predators
It's
will-
not much of a rip, but anyway. They might get
Okay.
a number 1 pick.
Let's move along, eh?
Yeah, we'll move along because we haven't got long to go in part 2. I'm gonna ask you now some questions about the other awards. They won't be announced until grand final day.
And
These
geez,
are the
I can't
four.
wait.
These are the 4 nominations for most improved for the year. Lee Montagna from the Western Sydney Fury. Leon Davis from the Adelaide Stampede. Jobe Watson from the Eastern Firebirds, and Ryan Hargrave from the Subiaco Vipers. They all upped their points by around about 5 or 6 points a game
What do you
per
reckon,
game.
Coach?
So they're all pretty level paring in terms of averages going up.
Well, Montagna finished second in the scoring.
Yeah.
So, but didn't really lead his team to many victories.
Yeah, that's got to be taken into account as well.
Stampede didn't make the finals, did they?
Someone's got to score the points even for the lower teams, so maybe there was no other contributors and he had
Yeah,
to
but-
step up.
Probably Jobe Watson. He didn't get much of a run this last year, and this year's been one of the mainstays in the
Yeah, traded to the Firebirds,
Firebirds team.
for some picks in the off-season. Been a valuable contributor there. What about Ryan
Is that Pete
Hargrave?
Bell? Oh, if I had to pick,
I'd say
I'd
Joe
say it's
Watson.
out of. You're going to say Watson. I reckon it's either out of Hargrave or Davis, and I'm probably going to say Davis. Just
But Davis didn't get his team anywhere.
no, but if it's most improved player, and to me, Lee Montagna.
It's an
Well,
it is an individual award.
If Jobe Watson didn't improve as much as he did, then the Firebirds probably wouldn't have been where they were.
Well, the Firebirds went to the second round of the finals last year as well.
Yeah, but to me, Montagna and Watson were pretty high quality players. Whether their stats showed that, I think Davis was. He was. I don't know if he was struggling.
He's
to
taken
get
a
the
little
game.
bit to
He was-
find his
yeah,
feet in the Evo
I
football.
don't think he was even getting the game as much last year, and then this year he's just come out and was
Same as
probably one of
Watson.
the best players in the comp last year. Sorry, at the start of the year. I just think.
No one's mentioning Paul Ryan Hargrave here, ex-captain of the
Yeah, he's come a bit
Vipers.
from nowhere, but
I'll say Watson.
yeah, you go Watson, I'll go Davis. What about you? Bang bang. You got a pick there.
Well, I'm just going to go Ryan Hargrave because no one's talking about him, so I'm going to pick Hart.
Someone's got to be right.
Sorry,
Hargs.
sorry, Lee. You don't get a vote.
Well,
What would you improve when you lose your captaincy?
right, so that's the end of part 2. We'll be back with all the grand final talk in the next part. So
I'm excited.
Dear God. I wonder, what does cheese say when you take its photo?